Hey everyone, we are parked right now at Fort Bridger, Wyoming. We're on our way to Flaming Gorge, so it's time for another episode of the Rolling Escape. We were recently watching this series on TV called, I think it's called American Primeval. And this Fort Bridger, there was scenes in here about this fort. And so we saw that it was on our route and decided to stop and check it out. There's a moose on the property. Oh yeah, right there he is.
Under the trees. He's
snacking.
He's having lunch. By the footbridge.
In between the tree and the house.
Yep.
Yeah, that big dark blob.
As long as you keep your distance.
Essentially, don't be a dumb tourist.
Yeah. Yep, they look docile, but they can move really fast.
They say that they're one of the most, dangerous, right?
Yeah.
More dangerous than a bear. So the docent in there gave us like more of a real history of what happened. So this was a trading post, a trading fort when Bridger owned it. And then the Mormon church wanted to buy it and he didn't want to sell it. And then when he was out of town, his partner sold it to the church. This is the milk house. And then when Bridger came back, he was not happy. And so he notified Washington, D.C. that the LDS Church was forming an army. And then that caused the United States Army that was headed out here to see what was up. It caused them to come out. And when the LDS Church heard that the army was coming out, they ended up burning the fort to the ground. And when the army came out here, it kind of slowed them down. But Brigham Young, the president of the LDS Church at the time, had purchased it legitimately. He purchased the fort. But the government, when they came in, never, of course, it got burned down, but they never paid for it at all. The Pony Express stable. It's just really neat how restored everything is. All right, folks, this is a 1900 bear trap. So I'm assuming this door went up maybe and came sliding down, or maybe on this side. And then you'd have a big angry bear in here. And this is an old hay baler. This is the officers' quarters. So this is what it looked like in that movie that we watched, guys.
Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but Jim Bridger actually was apprenticed as a gunsmith in his young teenage years. And so he actually did learn the trade of blacksmithing to a certain extent. Now, all the reading I've been doing on it, he stuck with the trade just long enough to find out he hated everything about blacksmithing. So he very unceremoniously left his apprenticeship to join William Ashley in the American Fur Company. So
one of the buildings at one point in time was moved from the Fort Bridger property. Check out that foundation. To this location and used as a hotel. And then eventually these little cabins were added on. So I guess that's where your little car would be, right, Cameron? Can you, or are they just glass doors?
I'm not saying
It's hard to see. Oh yeah, there. The camera's getting it. After leaving Fort Bridger, which was in Wyoming, we dropped back down just barely over the Utah-Wyoming border and finally arrived at our campground, the Lucern Campground at Flaming Gorge. Upon arriving, we didn't realize that we just had an electric site. We had no water and no sewer. So we found a water spigot, filled our water tanks full because we don't travel with them full because of the weight. We just use enough water or have enough water in them to flush the toilets and wash something at the sink. But we got all filled up with water and got settled in our campground. It was a beautiful campground right on the edge of the lake. But this is the view from our campsite. Just gorgeous. Sun's just getting ready to go behind the hill there. It's just beautiful. We just finished dinner. We're just getting ready to go on a scooter ride. What's really amazing as you travel across the country is just how much land and how much open space there is. And, you know, there's just some really beautiful, sweet spots in every state that you go through. And we're back here in Utah, just barely over the Wyoming border. But it's just, and of course the terrain also changes and can change quickly sometimes. So it's just really quite interesting. There's so much wildlife around here. We just noticed this guy. I don't know if he's an osprey or what he is. Well, it's a beautiful morning. I'm gonna get some pancakes going this morning. Kennedy's out in her early morning class, and then we're going to pump up the paddle boards, of course. And there's a nice flat, relatively flat compared to where we were at Deer Creek, and a little bit more sandy of a beach. So I think we're going to bring our shade structure, and we're going to go paddle boarding and hang out at the lake shore today. So we're just finishing up cooking breakfast, little pancakes, little bacon. Got somebody going by with a boat. We just had some technical difficulties, something we haven't run into before. We normally have our Starlink positioned here in the window with these suction cups that hold to the window. And I didn't even think about the fact that because we have these sunshades and the reflection and the heat that can build up, Kennedy was getting ready to start a class, and it said that the Starlink was overheated. So I quickly unmounted it from the window and put it over here in the shade, hoping that it'll cool down. It's still pretty warm. So now I'm gonna get back to pumping up the paddleboard. The hardest part for me about pumping up the paddleboards is just the bending over and pumping. You know, my back bugs me, so the bending over is what's hard. I found sitting in the chair for the first part made it easier, but you can't sit in the chair. What's interesting about these paddle boards is that it gets to a point where you literally feel like they're gonna explode, but there's a little meter on the top. You can see Cameron, well, hers is still totally deflated, but you need to have it in the green, and by the time you try to get it into the green, it's so hard to pump that you think you're gonna blow it up, but they promise you that you cannot blow it up with these pumps. This is just unbelievable. It's so clear. So smooth. We're here on the beach at Flaming Gorge. Just the most glassy, clear lake. I mean, it's just incredible. As you can see, you can just see right into the water. There's Kennedy. Hey, Kennedy.
Yeah.
Wave. So there's our little shade structure. What's so cool about our location with the RV is we're so close to the water, and obviously we have this whole place to ourselves. There's literally no one else here. There's some people down that way. But other than that, it's just us. So I'll show you, we just walk right up this little path. And there's our RV right there. So we just walk from there. And there we are. This is Kennedy's signature paddleboard maneuver. Everyone who wants to donate money to Kennedy, or at least just click the like button. Look at that balance. These guys are performing their antics. We have more wildlife. Look at all the ducks. I thought that I would come out and look for the pronghorned deer, I think is what they might be called. We thought at first they were antelope, but I'm gonna see if I can get some good footage of these pronghorns. I found a nice shaded walk area behind this row of trees because it is quite warm in the sun. So we're heading up towards the front. Yesterday when we first entered the park, they were right up by the front entrance. There's a lot of green grass and some shade up there, so maybe I'll have luck finding them up there again. I'm lucky enough, I've spotted some. Kind of wanted to be able to show you guys like the colors that they are. If I stop. They got a bit spooked, but at least I got a shot of them. Dinner tonight is pork chop, roasted potatoes in the air fryer, grilled asparagus, and we were blessed to have another beautiful lakeside sunset at the close of another day. It's just so still and peaceful. Out here paddleboarding. And I just can't believe how calm and still everything is. And when you're out here in nature and it's quiet and still, it just makes you think about things you normally don't get a chance to think about when you're rushing around, fulfilling your daily obligations in your regular working life. But it does make you think about things that are important to you and what truly is important in life and how quickly time goes by. It's funny, I thought that I had taken video and pictures of our campsite at Flaming Gorge. So here we are. You can see that the lake is right there. We had a windstorm, the big storm clouds that came up earlier, so we kind of had to batten down the hatches, took down the tablecloth because it was blowing everywhere. But it's kind of nice because we have this, nice patio and this fence to kind of protect us from the wind. Kennedy, what's been your favorite thing about being here at Flaming Gorge?
Either the pretty sunsets. What? Oh, yeah. Paddleboarding or the pretty sunsets, or just spending time with family.
Okay, Cameron, what's your favorite part about being here at Flaming Gorge?
I think probably the clear water and paddleboarding.
Yeah, clear water.
Yeah,
Okay.
spending time together.
Our stay at Flaming Gorge was just unforgettable. Make sure to catch our next episode where we head off to Martin's Cove, Devil's Gate, and Casper, Wyoming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.